Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Nihongo Master podcast. I'm your host Azra and welcome to a new season. The theme of season 13, which is only a month long, will be, drumroll please, Japanese summer. Are we ready to say goodbye to knits and cardigans and welcome linen dresses and straw hats? As we start the new month of June, we're also welcoming the hottest season of the year. In Japan, summer is not only hot and humid, it is one of the most eventful times of the year. So to kick this season off, we're going to look at the top 3 things to do during Japanese summer. But before we get into it, I have a treat for you listeners. If you don't already know, Nihongo Master is an interactive online Japanese language learning system where we provide Japanese lessons in a fun and easy manga-style way. The podcast has a special, unique 50% off promo code for your entire subscription of our program that I'll drop in the next few minutes, so keep your ears tuned for that. I don't think it's right to be jumping into the fun and exciting activities to do in Japanese summer without prepping you with some Japanese summer info. Japan's Natsu, summer, weather is nothing like I've experienced before. I'm from Singapore, but even I didn't expect the weather in Japan during the summer to be that hot and humid. Summer season in Japan lasts from June to August, a total of roughly 3 months. The exact duration and weather can change quite drastically depending on which part of Japan you're in. Summer can sometimes begin as early as late May and last till September or even October. If you're further down the south of Japan, you'll experience quite a long summer. Because it's closer to the equator, the weather tends to be hotter than, say, the Kanto region, where you can find the capital city, Tokyo. Further up north, the summer season is slightly shorter. Tons of locals and tourists travel to the Hokkaido region for a less torturous summer as the humidity is lower. Some say it's not that humid at all. If you want to play it safe with summer weather, the Kanto region is a middle ground between the two ends. I won't go into detail about the temperature, or ondo in Japanese, but I will say that Japanese summer temperature has been quite high. It gets so warm that locals are advised to take extra precautions to prevent heat stroke or other heat-related illnesses. At the start of the summer season in June, it's a comfortable temperature of 22 degrees Celsius in the peak of the afternoon and drops to a cool 18 degrees Celsius in the evenings and early mornings. It warms up even more in July. Instead of warm 22 degrees Celsius afternoons, you get 22 degrees Celsius in the evenings and early mornings instead, with an even warmer 28 degrees Celsius afternoons for this month. Because as soon as August kicks in, you're looking at 26 degrees Celsius evenings and early mornings and a high of 31 degrees Celsius afternoons. The most recent summer saw a whole week of 35 degrees Celsius daylight, and I swear I was dreading to step out of the house. But guys, the temperature doesn't quite tell you how hot it actually gets in Japan. The humidity does. It's about an average of 75%. One last thing to note is that the summer season in Japan also means the rainy season, tsuyu in Japanese, which usually comes hand in hand with typhoon season. Again, it greatly depends on where in Japan you are, but the rainy season is usually at the end of June to early July. Sometimes it can be a week of constant rain and strong winds. Sometimes it can be up to 2 weeks. If you're not a fan of the wet and sticky, avoiding the tsuyu season is probably the best. Just a warning. Here's a quick vocab recap. Natsu, summer. Ondo, temperature. Tsuyu, rainy season. Typhoon. Okay, let's properly kick off the topic of this episode with the first activity you should do in Japanese summer, and that is going to summer festivals. Without a doubt, the best part of Japan's summer is the local festivals. You wouldn't even be wondering what to do in Japan when every other street has rows of yatai, shop stand, and they have everything from street food to local games you can participate in to win prizes. Now these local matsuri, festival, can go all day long for a weekend or even weeks. If the heat is too much for you to bear, you can pop by in the evening when it's cooler. And the cherry on top is the hanabi, which is fireworks in Japanese. One of the highlights of Matsuri is a fireworks show that couples, friends, and family will make an event out of to watch. Another tradition at this Matsuri you should definitely take part in is wearing a yukata. This is a version of the kimono, the traditional wear of Japan. It's made from a lightweight cotton fabric that's used only during the summer. Oh, and by the way, a yukata doesn't only have to be worn at a festival. It can also be worn to temples and shrines in summer. I know I struggled a bit walking around the streets during Japanese. I know I struggled a bit walking around the streets during Japanese summer, so I had to cool myself down with kakigori. This is translated to shaved ice in Japanese, a summer dessert favored by the locals. Now, I won't go too deep into Japanese summer cuisine in this episode. You just have to wait later in the season for a special episode just for this. Now, for a quick vocab recap. Yatai, food stalls. Matsuri, festival. Kimono, Japanese traditional wear. Yukata, a summer kimono. Kakigori, shaved ice. By the way, if you haven't checked out our official website yet, why not give it a browse? At Nihongo Master, we offer efficient Japanese lessons that are quick, easy, and fun for Japanese language learners of all levels, from beginners to advanced. Our smart tools will assist you in areas where you need a little bit of a push and congratulate you on the ones you've aced. With a community of over 50,000 Japanese students, you're not alone on your learning journey. Make new friends and improve together with our point system, collecting points as you go along. Ask away any questions you have on our group discussion pages. There's sure to be others as well as our Japanese instructors that are quick to answer. You can also take Nihongo Master with you on the go and learn Japanese as you trot the globe. Practical, right? Plug in our podcast exclusive code for this season, Japan Summer, JAPANSUMMER, for a 50% off your entire subscription for as long as you're with us. You'll be able to learn Japanese at any time of the day, anywhere in the world, for just $10 a month. Speaking of refreshments, that brings us to the second activity you should not miss out on in Japanese summer, the beer gardens. The hot and mushiatsui, humid weather during Japanese summer can get rather rough. But don't worry, Japan has thought of a solution for that. In summer, beer gardens pop up everywhere in the country so you can refresh yourself with a swig of biru. These beer gardens appear everywhere, from poolsides to the top of a mountain. Yep, you heard me right. I've been to both myself. The water park just at the outskirts of Tokyo, called Yomiuri Land, opens the pool till late at night in summer, which is also when you can find the beer garden. Only adults are allowed at this night pool event. And the mountain? You want to check out Mount Takao Beer Mount, where you can find the beer festival just at the top of Mount Takao. It's not that hard at all to climb this mountain, or yama in Japanese. It's a leisurely hike that takes you to a nice altitude to see the sunset or stars, and with a beer in hand to cool yourself from the summer tenki weather. And those are just a few beer gardens out of the dozens. And guys, these beer gardens don't only sell beer. There are other alcoholic beverages like cocktails, as well as non-alcoholic drinks like soft drinks. Some are also very family friendly, so parents out there, you're welcome to join this beer garden party. Here's a quick vocab recap. Mushiatsui, humid. Biru, beer. Yama, mountain. Tenki, weather. And last but not least, the third thing you should do in Japanese summer is chill at the beach. What's summer without the beach? In Japanese, beach is hama, but people understand when you say beachy. Regardless of which city you're in Japan, there's always a lovely beach nearby. One of my favorite day trip beach cities from Tokyo is Zushi, which is about a 2-hour train ride from the capital city. You get to do all sorts of water sports like kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, and even jet skiing. But if you're really looking for the best beaches in the country, the southernmost part is where you should go. Okinawa's beaches are top quality. The umi, sea, is crystal blue and the suna, sand, is soft like a pillow. Here you can also go scuba diving and snorkeling. Don't forget to put sunscreen on. You don't want to get hiyake, to mean sunburn. Now for our final vocab recap. Hama, beach. Biichi, the katakana form of beach. Umi, sea. Suna, sand. Hiyake, sunburn. Which out of the three are you most excited to do in Japanese summer? Tell us your thoughts by commenting on our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also on our social media, you can find fun and interesting campaigns happening. One of the best ones is the Tour of Japan campaign, so you can have a look at the intriguing regional facts we have already up. Also, head over to Nihongo Master blog if you're interested in reading up on topics like these some more. And if you're keen on picking up some more Japanese for yourself, pop onto our official website, nihongomaster.com, to learn more. While you're at it, why not get yourself a subscription? Get a head start on your Nihongo journey with Nihongo Master. Now, if you've missed the promo code early on, we'll say it again now. Plug in Japan Summer, JAPANSUMMER, at checkout to get 50% off your entire subscription forever. Yep, your monthly or yearly subscription is half off using this podcast exclusive code. So go on, sign up now. And thank you so much for listening in. Join me in the next one, where I'll be walking you down the avenue of Japan's rich summer culture. Mata ne!